Welcome to the Port City Podcast.
Welcome to. I want to say a joke, but I don't know if I should on this podcast.
Yeah, maybe not.
There's 18 of a particular
18 cowboys
of a particular type of cowboy
in the showers at Ram Ranch.
That's a joke I didn't want to make.
I said it.
You did say it. All right.
Welcome to the Port City Podcast.
Welcome indeed.
Now brought to you by the plague, which
Yeah.
me and Corbin apparently both have.
And can I tell you? Dude. 1-0, dude.
Yeah, for him.
1-0.
For me, I just popped
No,
some Mucinex and some Dayquil, dude. I'm fading fast.
Yeah.
So.
No, I was there. I'm like 2 days ahead of Isaac.
Right. Yeah.
So he's got this to look forward to.
So, good news. I'm just going to hop straight into this because we're kind of pressed for time today.
Yeah. Gonna be a short one.
In recent news, I have received the Lancer Tactical Kalashnikov licensed AK. I got the long boy with the folding stock.
The big boy.
So we will be reviewing that. That won't come out for a while.
Yeah.
We have some other videos coming up tomorrow, actually, based off of when this releases. Tomorrow we will be releasing the classic Ghost budget loadout video
That's a good one. I'm excited
from
for
the
that one.
original Modern Warfare 2.
It looks
good,
Yeah,
dude.
I think it looks good. I think it looks better than the
Other one.
we did.
For sure. And that other one didn't look bad.
This one,
This
something
one-
about it.
This one seems like
I was very impressed with the quality of the
everything.
Everything, yeah. It was really good.
Everything we ordered. So stay tuned for that tomorrow morning when you're watching this. But yeah, so the AK is going to get pushed back for a little while because we have some other reviews coming up. Again, if you work for a Airsoft company and you want to sponsor a video, just let us know.
Yeah, man. There's Instagram you can reach out to us on.
We're on Instagram.
It wouldn't be difficult to find our email.
No. Yeah, we have our email linked through our Instagram because we have a business account.
Well, yeah, there you go.
So if you guys
you've got
want
no
to
excuses.
send us a blaster to review.
Yeah. I hardly know
We
her.
get one.
We get one. That's
We
the
get
one. I'm sorry I used it. We should actually probably talk about who's using that.
You can use it. It's all right.
Okay.
There will be plenty
Whoever gets
more
to it first, I guess.
words. So yeah. Anything you got? We talked about this last
We did
week.
talk about
but
this.
Show them the inside of this.
Dude,
So many chem lights.
Listen, what else am I going to do with these things? Until I get something else to put there, I'm filling them.
Dude,
with
at
chem lights.
least put 2 Slim Jims in there.
I got Sharpies? Oh, dude, Slim Jims. That's good. Okay, yeah. Well, I got a whole other, the bottom
Dude, so
thing
many
has-
more. Dude, imagine if you had
got 2
all
more.
of those lined with chem lights, the whole bottom and top, and then you just, like you were saying
Just
earlier,
a-
just like punch them,
just punch
and then
'em,
just
yeah.
like, light.
Dude, it looked like old Greg.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you would. You would look just like
old Greg.
just like old Greg.
So, yeah. I'm going to close this up.
Yeah, you're good. So
Sorry, let me just put this away.
we got
It's
some
so
new
embarrassing.
stuff. I ordered. You ordered as well. We got the dovetail.
Oh, I did not order.
You did not.
Did you order that one?
I did.
Okay.
Why? You saw a bad review on it?
We'll see, man. So the reviews that I saw, almost a lot of them said the locking lever broke off.
Huh.
So we'll
Well,
just have to see. I was looking at another one, but I haven't.
we'll see.
Oh no, I did buy one. I found it. I'll send it to you. I bought it from another website that sells like airsoft stuff. I can't remember the name of the website.
Is it e-bike?
No, it wasn't e-bike.
I can't remember the name of it. E-bike.
Dude, what?
That's the chair.
Yours or mine?
I don't know. That's what it sounds like. Like a weird ghost. Dude, get this out of my face. Don't ever message me while I'm podcasting.
Professionals, or are we not?
We're not,
No,
for sure.
yeah.
At least I'm not when it comes to recording. There's
It's me.
always a
It's
little
me.
ding.
It's me. I'm going to stop doing that. All right.
That time it was me.
I don't know. It's
All
not
right.
gonna happen. Anyway, let's move on.
So yeah, so we've got some cool stuff
Yes,
coming up.
it is you.
It is me.
All right. Well,
I don't even know if they can hear it on the microphone.
They probably not.
It's so squeaky. But yeah, so today we wanted to talk to you guys about kind of where to go from, you've bought your first blaster.
well, so I feel like we should say we got this idea from a comment. So
Yeah, dude. So
if you don't think we're looking, we're looking. And the comment in question was a roast of sorts. We did say to leave like a negative comment too, either one. But it was like one of those things where like we were so thoroughly roasted, but then it was also like helpful because we got content.
I mean, it might just be true, dude. I might be Jewish.
You might. Dude, have you
There's
done an
no
ancestry
way
test?
for me to know.
Dang. Well, you're from Alabama though.
Oh, dude,
Well, no.
I'm from my father's house. The Lord above, dude. I might be one of his chosen people. We don't know.
You might be, dude.
This chair's gonna drive me crazy. I gotta stop sitting with my legs crossed. It's gonna keep squeaking.
But so yeah, shout out to, I do not remember the name of the individual that commented.
Shout out to you, dog, for your suggestion.
And also for, honestly, I'm going to take it as a compliment. David Bowe is a handsome man.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we basically, we wanted to talk about, so like you've bought your first airsoft blaster and you've gone and you've played a few times, you really enjoy it, and you realize that there's some things, like you're not hitting all your shots, but some of the other guys out there are hitting all of theirs. And it's like, okay, well, what do I do? Like, I know that there's some things that I can work on with my like movement and everything, but I also feel like there's some things that I can do to upgrade the state of my blaster and, kind of make it work a little bit better for me. Where do I go from there? So that's kind of the idea behind this video. We're not experts, and we are just kind of learning a lot of like the internal stuff, the internal side of
We've played
Airsoft
for years, but we've not gotten into tech work until recently.
So we're doing that now. So these recommendations are less like, obviously you can just upgrade whatever your current gun is.
Yeah, and we've been doing some of that.
Sorry, blaster.
We're not getting any views.
It's fine. It's fine.
Because you said the G word.
I did.
So but we are working. We've upgraded yours and my primary so far, the barrel and the bucking and the hop up.
I haven't done my hop up, but I have done my barrel.
Right. Yeah. So that being said, we have tackled some of the easier modifications. It's just getting into the gearbox and the wiring. Like, I've rewired my blaster to Dean's, but like getting into the gearbox is a little...
Yeah, we haven't actually gotten into that yet. It's a little scary.
So
you can upgrade your current blaster. That's absolutely an option. So if you're like, if you do want to get into airsoft more heavily, and you're like, well, I don't really want to just buy a blaster, I kind of want to learn how this works, then by all means, there's a lot of good content out there to show you how to do that. We will be working on,
we'll be bringing some of that.
But yeah, so that's always an option. But we kind of just want to go over like things to look for from a higher end blaster. So that like maybe like $200 to $400, maybe even $500 range. What you can get, what you should be looking for, what blasters in that price range should have, so you're not getting like scammed. And then just to kind of get an idea of what to do. A lot of it is subjective. There's going to be a lot of things that are like, you're playing with your current blaster and you don't like the way that your left hand feels when it's gripping it. So, okay, I want to get a different, like the rails on this is really chunky. It's got quad Picatinny or whatever. Like it's huge. I can't see grip it.
Ew.
Yeah. Then, okay, well, now I got like a more smaller M-lock or, what's the other one?
Nope. We don't do that
Yeah,
one.
we don't do that one. There's another.
Dude,
there's another one.
Frick key mod. All my
Yeah.
homies hate key mod.
Key mod sucks.
So with that being said, just go with M-lock.
Yeah. M-lock is good, and with M-lock you can always get a Picatinny,
Dude, because
like
here's the
adapter
deal.
for it.
With
so.
key mod, gonna fall out.
Gonna fall out.
Gonna happen. Happens every time. Just gone. So, frick key mod, dude.
Yeah.
I hate key mod.
So, there's some of that stuff. It's subjective. So the more you play and the more you kind of flesh out your play style, the way that you maneuver, you're gonna figure out, oh, I don't like the way that this feels when I try to do this, or I don't like the way that I'm holding it like this, or like the way that this piece of kit feels. So there's a lot of that. It's subjective, but there are some things that you can look for that are pretty standard, that are just quality of life kind of things.
Yeah.
We'll start with performance, and then we'll touch on some cosmetic stuff as well. So for performance, we'll just kind of get right into it.
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead.
So the really the biggest thing for performance, or one of the bigger things, there's like 3 that we're really kind of looking into here, but
You hear that? You hear that?
I do.
It's
scary.
That's the army, dude.
It's the army, dude.
We got a army base nearby, and they be flying around.
Army
dude.
Air Force Base.
Yeah. Well, it's an army airfield, so it's not the Air Force.
Oh, it's not. Okay, so it is an army airfield,
Yes.
not an Air Force base.
Yeah.
There is an Air Force base around here, though, isn't there?
I don't know.
All right. Well,
there's also the Coast Guard, which is stationed just out
that makes more sense.
over yonder.
Over yonder.
Quite a few miles.
So yeah, one of the first things to look for is going to be a tighter bore barrel. So I don't know what the standard is.
I think it's 6.05.
I was going to say 6.05.
Or it's not 05, 6 point.
Yeah.
What is it? Because 6 millimeter.
It's 6.03.
Because 6 millimeter is the BB.
Yeah.
So then 6.05, I think, or is it 6.5? I think it's 6.05.
Yeah, 6.05.
6.05, I think, is standard.
Yeah. So that's your standard, and we've talked about, barrel bore size and everything before. It does a lot with accuracy, like your groupings, for like the tighter bore, and then a longer inner barrel helps with your range. You'll see it's airsoft, so obviously that BB is going to get thrown all over the place. But
unless you have the full thrust system,
dude, the full thrust. But you can't fit that in like anything, can you? It only goes in snipers, right?
I mean,
but if you got a long enough boy,
yeah,
Sniper. You might be able to put that full thrust in your Valken with the suppressor on it.
Sniper.
Dude, I can't for her. I can't do that.
Know her.
I refuse.
Sorry. Continue though. But yeah.
So the bore of the barrel. So you want a tighter bore. We just put 6.03 bore barrels in both of our primaries.
Yeah, steel barrels.
Steel, and that's the other thing too. So the bore, the length, and then the material that the barrel is made of play a big role as well. I think most like lower end barrels are copper, right? Brass. Brass is it's just a cheaper kind of way to do it, but it's a more, what's the word? Malleable?
No. I like to call it
softer.
Yeah,
it's a softer
vibrates
metal.
more.
It vibrates, but then it also chips and scratches a little bit easier. And any of those chips and scratches in your barrel as you're firing are going to is going to throw off the trajectory of that, or the spin, the trajectory, all that of the BB. So we typically go for either a
dude, I'm so sorry for those of you who keep hearing me cough. I'm too sick with it.
Is it copper polished bronze?
Yeah. Copper polished brass.
Sorry, I keep saying everything but brass.
Everything but, what is it? Nickel.
Nickelback?
Yeah.
Look at this photograph. Look at this graph.
Yeah. But the idea behind that is that you still have some vibrations, but you've coated the barrel so it has a finer finish to it, I guess. I don't know.
It's less likely to chip.
Because the polish on the barrel is going to be a big help in accuracy as well.
Yeah. And then also steel, which I think is probably one of the better ones.
It's heavier. I've heard some people will say it doesn't matter. I've heard that stainless steel, a lot of people buy that because it's stainless steel. They buy it because it's lighter, if I remember correctly.
But there's steel and stainless steel.
Yeah, there's two. But they buy stainless steel because it's lighter.
Lighter, yeah.
But again, vibrations.
Yeah.
So I like steel. The weight of that inner barrel is not going to.
You're not gonna. It's ounces.
If you can't hold your AEG because
grams.
You put a steel barrel in it, and you're like, man, I'm just so tired.
That
dude,
0.01 gram.
Dude, what you doing?
Dude, start curling your blaster.
Yeah, at least do some push-ups, dude. And I get it. You don't want to get uncomfortable on the airsoft field. Dude, we're doing fake run around the woods with blasters. Do it.
Right. So barrel. Things to look for a barrel: tighter bore, maybe a longer inner barrel, and then also the material that it's made out of. You're looking for a copper polished brass, or a. Do they make copper barrels?
I don't know.
So I guess the thing to look for then is keep in mind what's going to vibrate more, what's going to be easier to chip and scratch, because those are the things that are going to matter most. Yeah. We typically go for steel,
and that's just also those are a little bit more affordable.
Yeah.
It's a good increase in performance for not that much money.
It really is. I've definitely noticed a lot of a major difference in the way that my my blasters are shooting. So. The next thing would be either a MOSFET or some of these blasters coming out now are advertising 11.1 LiPo ready, and
claiming that they don't need a MOSFET.
So the MOSFET
that's the claim.
The MOSFET regulates the motor from the trigger pull.
It regulates the what's the word? The discharge rate into the blaster.
That's right. Okay. So, and because some of those, a lot of blasters are 8.4, nickel metal, or 7.4, 9.6, then an 11.1, somebody puts that in there, and it sends too much energy to the
trigger and the
gearbox, the motor, and all that stuff, which burns it out faster. So adding a MOSFET or a blaster with the MOSFET, or a blaster that's 11.1 LiPo ready, it's rated to take that charge, take that amount of energy.
That's the
per
idea.
Shot. So that's something to look out for. That mostly just helps with the longevity of your gun. Sorry, blaster, dude.
Canceled.
Canceled
By YouTube.
it's more, that's more quality of life. That blaster is going to last you a little bit longer. The components are going to last a little bit
Part
longer.
of it too is you think about, you had mentioned this because we were researching it the other day. This was like a week ago.
Yeah.
If you have a blaster that is 11.1 LiPo ready, that's a snappier trigger response. It's going to fire faster because the gearbox is going to move quicker. So the idea is that if your blaster is not 11.1 LiPo ready and you run something that powerful, there's the potential for the motor and the trigger to burn out. But also think about how much more you're firing each game day, because it shoots faster. So you're putting more reps through that blaster. So the idea is just that, like, if you get a blaster that's rated for it, you're going to help prolong the life of that. But you're also, if you're just, every time you're out there, you're going to shorten the lifespan of your gear. So
yeah, that's a good point. Say anything about that?
Yeah. You're the one who said it.
Did I?
Like a week ago.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, you're smart.
Dude, I'm a smart boy.
Yeah.
Sometimes I say smart things, I don't even remember I said it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then one of the other things that we could really think of would be something like a programmable trigger. A lot of blasters are doing this now. Some are even coming stock with binary triggers.
Shout out, dude.
Pretty sick. The one in question here is the I think we've actually got it sitting over there.
It's over there. I'm not going to show them. They got to show up next month for the review.
Yeah, we're releasing a review on this, but it's the Zion Arms, the R15 Mod Zero. This blaster in particular, I think we're both kind of wanting to pick one of these up because it is a well-priced blaster that is already upgraded in pretty much all of the ways that I've just stated
everything
here.
We've just said.
It's got a nice tight bore inner barrel. It's got does it have a MOSFET or is it just 11.1
It's 11.1 LiPo ready.
So it's rated for the 11.1. And it's got a programmable trigger with different burst modes and a binary trigger.
Yeah. And we'll cover all that in the review
and
next
then just
month.
Quality made internal parts. The gearbox is very solid. It's steel gears. There's just a lot. We're going to release... We filmed the unboxing and the review. We're waiting to do the field testing. That's going to happen tomorrow. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then we'll get back and...
We're going to try to field test it, and then we'll...
Yep. But there's a few other videos that we have in the pipeline before that one, so... But yeah, so there are blasters out there that have all this stuff upgraded already. I mean, this isn't the only one. Of course, this one is, I think, $325 is what.
Yeah, dude.
So it's on the cheaper side, but
that price for all the components that it comes with,
like the nice Crytek, freaking umbrella armory. Yeah. So the other thing we kind of wanted to talk about is cosmetic stuff. So a lot of like entry level blasters are going to be that like dense polymer, and that's good. I still have my first blaster and it's that polymer and it works. We're going to use it this weekend. So they're not terrible and it's not like they're going to break immediately. It's just when you have something that's made with a better quality material, like that polymer can be kind of heavy sometimes if it's like a larger blaster or like a longer barrel or something like that. So you can get something that's got an aluminum frame. It's a little bit lighter maybe, but then also the aluminum is going to be more durable if you drop it, or like steel. Yeah, don't drop it. Like, what are you doing? Put a sling on it.
I know they tell you drop it like it's hot, but I say
drop it like it's cold.
Dude, drop it not.
Drop it like it's not.
Yeah. Gonna be
don't
dropped.
Do it. Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, don't do it. But yeah, so full metal, you just the whole thing as much as you can, whatever metal that is, whatever makes you feel comfortable. If you have an allergic reaction to a certain type of metal, maybe not that one.
We were playing CS the other day,
Yeah.
and I just whiffed a spray with the AK, and then later someone I bought a Negev, and they're like, dude, there's an AK in like on the ground in spawn. Why didn't you just pick that up? I went, no, dude, I'm allergic to the AK. And he was like, what? I was like, dude, after that spray last round,
I'm allergic.
I'm not touching an AK for the rest of this game. And I didn't. I used the Krieg and the Negev and the MP5, and
Did good.
we won.
Yeah, there you
So,
go. So yeah.
you know, I'd be tearing it up with the Krieg.
All right. I'm moving on. Oh.
Onward.
So the other thing cosmetically that you can do that actually will help you in your game is attachments.
Yes.
If you're out there with just your bare bones M4 or whatever, and you're like, can't see nothing.
Yeah.
Well,
Number one,
put a scope on it.
Number one, you're at a tactical disadvantage.
Right.
And number two, you're at a cool factor disadvantage.
Indeed.
Everyone on the field is going to go, look at that guy. I'm cooler than him, so my BBs will be more accurate.
Yeah, that's actually fact.
Yeah.
If you feel cooler, then you
play better.
Yeah. So some of the big one obviously is either a magnifier for a red dot or a magnified optic.
Right.
So for most AEGs, you're not going to need a sniper scope, right? You're not going to need it 8 times. Really, you're not
even
even
snipers, you don't need
more than like a 4 times.
At most, I would use it 4 times.
I mean, with an airsoft sniper, you're still realistically only reaching out 200 to 300 feet.
Yeah.
So,
and the thing is you just like, you're limiting so much of your visibility, and you're not going to have quick reflex time with a scope because you're like, it's going to be harder to find the sight picture and like find the good eye relief. Like a magnified optic on a red dot, if you are reaching out, if you have upgraded or purchased a nicer blaster, magnified optic would be nice. I think you had said like a 1.5.
Yeah, like a 1.5 is great.
Yeah.
You know, something that just
a
gives you a
wee bit.
little bit of a zoom, you know, just like get a little bit of a better sight picture on like head, chest, whatever.
Yeah, and if
but
you have
not
like a
like
cyborg eye, you
right
can
next to
like,
Yeah.
you know, zoom in.
Yeah, or like the SpongeBob eye, you can just like
Yeah,
around a corner or something.
Yeah. Exactly.
Foregrips are really good. Sorry.
The Ford grip.
Yeah, Ford grips.
Uh,
Ford grips are pretty
Don't
good.
get a cheap little plastic boy.
Yeah,
it's gonna
you know,
snap.
Get something nice.
Get a nice dense polymer.
A like an actual vertical grip is good. An angled grip is good.
I use an angled. That's what I like.
I don't know what I.
You had a hand stop last time we talked.
Well, so I have a vertical grip on my
Valken.
M4 on my
Right.
Valken that I use similar to a hand stop, where I'm C gripping the barrel, but the foregrip is like my hand is butted up against the foregrip.
Interesting.
And so it's, you know, and then if I'm like tucked around a corner, I can kind of like shift my hand around.
You ought to get yourself a little
nice.
shorty.
I should. I want to.
A little short boy.
I want to get a little stubby. So that's another one of those things of like, oh, I don't like the way an angled grip feels. It makes the holding the blaster too chunky, but I do like a vertical grip.
Yeah.
And using it as a hand stop.
Unless you're like me and have just
massive
gigantic
hands.
hands.
Could fully grip
Palm
a
a
basketball.
basketball.
Yeah.
Then you want
Then
an
you
angled.
want you want a little bit of chunkiness there.
Right.
Another thing to get. This is mostly cool factor, but a mock suppressor. Mock suppressor is also practical if you do end up swapping out your inner barrel for a longer inner barrel, something that extends out past the flash hider that's on there. Hider.
Dude, suppressor. This lady
needs too much from us. But if you have an inner barrel that extends out past the length of your blaster, you can put a mock suppressor on there, and it should cover it up. Given that your mock suppressor adds the amount of length that you need. Yeah, so that's one that is kind of practical, but mostly you just like to look cool because it doesn't really do anything other than hide a barrel.
Again,
cool makes you play better.
Cool makes you play better. I promise you that's true. When I threw that mock suppressor on there, I started tearing it up.
The last two are good, but mostly only practical for like indoor or like nighttime games. But like a flashlight or a laser or both. A lot of people run like a PEC 15, but I think for airsoft that's mostly just
laser.
Dude, this lady, I'm not lasing her.
Laser.
She didn't pay me enough for that.
No, I'm not. You can't pay me enough to laze somebody.
Yeah, that I never met.
Lasers are an interesting attachment for airsoft because the idea is that with a real steel that you're going to have that laser sighted for whatever distance you intend to use it at, and it's going to overlap where that impact is going to be.
Which honestly you could do for airsoft as well and just have it for that like
close,
that like 10 to 20 foot, you know.
I don't personally. I ran a laser for my first like year of playing with that Kalashnikov AK I had. I had a laser on that. I enjoyed running it at the time. It was very helpful, and that was a very accurate blaster. I mean, it worked well for me, especially if you have a higher capacity magazine and you're running like and you're suppressing someone. It just helps you just be in the zone, and you can see. Now I don't enjoy running one. I don't run one because I feel like it gives me away, right?
Yeah.
If I'm pointing something at someone,
bless you.
If I'm pointing it at someone, bear with me. They're most likely going to see it. They're going to see a little twinkle coming from my blaster, and I don't want that. I like to be low to the ground, despite how tall I am. I like to be low to the ground. And
you sitting in this chair right now, your knee is actually elevated.
Yeah. I mean, I have
swing
my heel
feet
up. It's, anyways,
looking like dang Wario, Mario Kart,
dude. They do call me Waluigi.
Oh, I forgot I accidentally shaved my mustache.
Yeah.
I accidentally shaved my mustache.
So tragic.
It is tragic.
But so the idea is just I don't like it. There was a few guys out there running it last time.
Yeah. There's
a time and a place.
And realistically, all of that stuff is true for real steel too. But I mean, like what you were saying, like, does it matter so much at a certain range? No, probably not.
I'll say if you play in indoor fields and close quarter stuff, run a laser, dude. It's all right.
Well, so alternatively, just run a tracer.
Hardly know her.
But
that is the last item, isn't it?
I don't think we wrote it down, but like a tracer unit.
And shout out to Elite Force, their new line of AGs with the iTrace hop-up unit. So it's a hop-up unit with a tracer built in.
Yeah, so that's going to be really cool for like people just getting into airsoft.
All inclusive.
That sounds like a really nice. If it works,
dude, we officially lost 2 of our lights.
Are you serious?
Oh, I'm dead serious, dog.
The 2 blue ones?
Yeah. We got to wrap this up.
On. All right. Well, this is scuffed.
Ruined. Right. Restart.
Well, we did. We have talked about everything.
That is everything. Yeah, that we wanted to bring you guys.
So yeah, a lot of blasters are not going to come stock with tracer units, but that's kind of why we put it with the attachments thing.
Yeah.
It's something you can add on there. There are going to be blasters that Elite Force is releasing in the near future that's going to have a built-in tracer unit. So
they got that AK that you were looking at.
Yeah, I'm looking at getting that too. So that's an option. But right now, tracer units are kind of an aftermarket thing that you got to put on there. That Silencer Co.
Has
Replica.
you can
You can order it with the built-in tracer
Yes,
unit, but you
it
can also
is.
order it without it. I didn't
Yeah.
see that. Yeah.
That's everything.
Yeah.
We
it
got to
is.
get out of here. You got
We do.
stuff to do.
I hate that it's kind of rushed like this.
So,
My hair's cut.
as always, you can follow us on Instagram at port_city_airsoft.
Just be careful.
You can follow us on Reddit. If you have comments about the video, please leave them in the comments down below. If you have questions, you can comment below, or you can DM us on Instagram. We check that pretty regularly.
Yeah.
And if you guys have suggestions for videos to do in the future, let us know.
Yeah.
I think that's
Even if it's a
everything.
negative comment, dude. If it's a roast, let us know.
But
yeah.
That's it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Dude, I'm just getting out of here.
Yeah, let's just get out of here, man. I don't even know what